Welcome back to the Always Right podcast. I'm author Carissa DeLay, and as always, my co-host,
Jamie Vendera.
Author and publisher, singer, entrepreneur, add all those taglines.
I keep all that on the down low. I'm not, everyone's like, I've written a book. And I'm like, how many books have you written, Jamie? I don't know, 60, 70. I don't ever brag about it. Wait a minute. That kind of sounded like bragging, didn't it?
That sounded like bragging. Absolutely sounded like bragging.
I swear to gosh, I was not bragging. I just don't. Somebody was saying the other day, I forget who it was saying, it's Sean Daniel who does my t-shirts, Vendera Publishing. He says to me, you don't, in his business part says, I don't see you posting author. I see the vocal coaching, you've been on TV, but that's a lot shared from other people too. I'm like, I'm the world's worst marketer when it comes to talking about myself.
Well, it's very hard to talk about yourself. You know what I mean? But, there's a tactful way to do it.
Yeah, a very tactful way. And I swear to you, Krista, I feel like if I do it, I sound like a big liar because the stuff I've done in my life, it's just crazy. And I'm like, if I start naming, you did what? What? No. So I'm just like, yeah, I've written a book. So
I feel like that sometimes when I'm having a conversation with people, and I'm glad some people have put this out there in the universe, that if I'm telling you a story that is relatable to what you just told me, I'm not trying to say my story is better. I'm not trying to tell you that I've done more. I'm trying to tell you, I understand you.
Absolutely.
I've been in a similar situation. Kind of why we have this podcast. We're authors. You're a publisher. We've been through the ropes of things. So we're not doing this like, oh, we are the best out here and you just need to listen to us. It is, no, we've been there. We've made mistakes. Listen to our mistakes so maybe you don't make them. And then let's, kind of help you out with other things. So that's, yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, and I thought, because I struggled. I started writing my first book in 2000, and it was before anything was really available. Kindle wasn't around. If you had to self-publish, you had to find some place that would take on and we've talked about this in different publishing, but you would basically pay them a lot of money, order 1,000 books pre-printed, sent to your house, and you had to distribute them.
Sell them out of the back of your car. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
A lot of authors who are pretty big names now have done that in the past, back in the day when you could do that. Now, if you're selling something out of the back of your car, it's kind of shady.
Yeah. Or if you do like, hey, you want this book right here?
Yeah.
I got a couple of these over here too.
Trench coat.
Yeah.
Book trench coat. That would be kind of cool though, just showing up in the
That would be kind of cool. So like, hey, Canvas ain't out yet. You want to check it out early? Here's some Canvas.
Sneak peek.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Now I want to do that. I want to get little mini books made in a trench coat.
They make mini books. I saw this on Instagram, like actual mini books that are like,
no.
And they have the entire stories in them. I'm talking like some of the big. I'm gonna have to send you the link.
I got to see the link.
Yes, because I was thinking, oh, it's just a little miniature book and it just doesn't have anything in it. It just has the cover printed. No, there are words in it. They're like itty bitty, maybe like 2 inch by 1 inch. I don't know.
That is crazy. That'd be perfect for the books I write since they're so short.
We could do
there ain't no difference. What?
We could do a diorama. Remember doing dioramas in school? We could do a diorama of a library with all the Vendera books.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Okay, we're off topic. But today is a Jamie versus Carissa. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm trying to wake up because I got to fight on my half, which is...
So it's funny that you're yawning and that you've been like...
I will say, in not my defense, that I didn't get up and write today. I didn't get up and exercise. I just got up and sat on the couch like a potato.
Bump on a log?
Yes. I was like, oh my God, I got a podcast with Carissa here in 3 hours.
Oh, you did not. You're so lying.
No, when I finally got energy, I was like, ooh, I got to meet Chris in about 20 minutes. So I hopped in the shower and hurried up and got ready. So
Nice. So today is not a versus as far as an argument necessarily. It is more of a like, who are you? Like, are you a person who likes to stay up late and like take the night hours and get your stuff done and do all these things until like 3 a.m. like me? Or are you like Jamie and you get on the social media and tell everybody they have to get up early and start the day?
Yeah, so it really isn't a debate. It's, of course, you definitely want to get up early in the morning. That's the way to go.
Oh, it's not a debate, but he just made it a debate.
No, yeah, I tell you why. I like. I think when I was younger, playing music and stuff, I was so used to being up 3 or 4 a.m. playing out in bars, and finish up at 2. Sometimes I'd close at 2:30, so you'd be done by 2:15. But as I got older, I likes to go to bed early. But if that's the case, if I'm in bed by 9 or 10, I'm usually up between 5 and 6. I used to be hardcore 5 a.m., 5 a.m., 5 a.m. Sometimes even 4:30. And that actually started 20 years ago because I was working out of town, and I got up at 4:30 every morning, and I left by like 4:45. So I just got programmed for it. But since I teach voice, and I've worked with a lot of other authors who haven't even published with me, just people asking me questions and helping them along. They're like, I don't have time to do my vocal exercises or write my book. I get up, I got to go to work, I got the kids, I got school. I'm like, well, how much would it kill you to get up a half an hour early? Oh, I can't because I stay up to midnight watching Netflix. I can't fall asleep. Figure out a way. Because if you're the type of person that's making excuse after excuse after excuse, and you got a busy life, and you can't stay up late like Carissa, then yeah, but you're wired a little differently. So so a lot of
Yeah.
people, and this, there are a lot of people like, oh, I can't do it. Then get your butt out of bed. Just do it 30 minutes earlier. I'm not telling you to get up at 5 a.m., but just get up and open up your laptop, your iPad, whatever, and start writing or whatever it is you want to do in your life. I've already, not this morning because I was really lazy, but I usually exercise, do my vocal warm-ups. I did those in the shower, and do whatever else I got to do. Hit Instagram, posts, check on my emails, and it's done. It's out of the way. I don't get halfway through the day and procrastinate and think, I got to do this. I'll just do it in the morning, because then you miss a day. So,
And so
but you...
by the time you get to lunch, are you exhausted?
No, I'm feeling pretty exhilarated. I'm like, wow, I look back. I actually kind of wrote a book about this, Unleash Your Creative Mindset, because I start my day off with like, what will you do today to better yourself?
Do you have
And
the picture of what that one looks like on the back shelf there?
I don't know if I do or not, because the problem is, Carissa, everybody wants my books, and I end up giving them away. And I'm pretty sure I just gave it away to somebody to read. So, no, I do not.
Stop
You know
taking
what?
off your, stop taking off your shelf.
Okay, you know what? I literally ordered every Vendera Publishing book before we started this podcast, and I've probably given 10 away. We needed a podcast on teaching Jamie to say no. Because I've
Just say
said, I
no.
have these for the podcast. Quit asking for them. Oh, I really want it. Come on, I want it. And I break down. So as of right now, in this podcast, I'm doing it. I'm ordering the books again. I'm not giving one away. Quit
Don't give them
asking
away.
me.
But you need to start sharing the link. Share the link.
Yes.
Here's where you can go buy it. Go get the book
Yep.
on Amazon.
Now I'm mad I don't have it in there to show all of you. So, oh well. Yep, not even close.
Which one is it?
Unleash Your Creative Mindsets. I don't know because we did you the 2 shipments. I just now remember that, like squirrel.
Yeah.
And one, the mail lost. And how in the world it went to New York, I do not know. So, but that's okay. Most of those we're redoing anyway for the new fiction covers.
Yeah.
So, all right, quit asking me for books. Here's the link.
Exactly. Here's where you can find all the books. And if you forget where the link is or you've misplaced the link, just go to VenderaPublishing.com, look at Jamie's author information. It has all his books there, and you can click, and it'll take you right to Amazon. Or if you want to go to Barnes & Noble, or I think there's a few that we still have on Vendera that are ebooks, but most kind of take you directly to Amazon. Yeah,
and hang tight because it's a lot of them are the way that I write. Since with 7-Eleven Press, everything's really, really tiny. Like 120 pages.
We're gonna
As I finish, and we'll compile them into one book. There's no sense in sending you a tiny little book you have to order when you can get all 3, and it won't cost you as much to buy them individually.
Well, and you can read it online really quickly as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, so you are an early person. I, of course, am the opposite. I am a stay up late, and sometimes it's not by choice. It's literally my body does not let me sleep. I can take prescription
melatonin.
Well, I've done melatonin. Now, sometimes I can take 10 milligrams of melatonin, and then in 30 minutes, I'm out. I can take
Yeah,
I
that's why that's exactly what happened to me now. I haven't taken it for a while, and I just got a bottle. I took one last night, and that's why I'm loopy this morning.
yeah.
Okay, squirrel, get out of the way. Go back to the Carissa.
I mean, sometimes that'll work for me. It just depends. There'll be times where I can feel my body. I'm like, "Ugh, I'm not gonna be able to sleep. I could take melatonin. I could take NyQuil. I could take Benadryl. I could take a sleep aid. I could take a prescription strength, and my body says, we're staying up till 3. We're staying up. I remember my parents were in town to visit um, a year and a half ago, and I felt terrible. But they got in town. I saw them and everything when they first got here. But that next day, we were supposed to do breakfast and things like that. I went to bed at literally 4:45, and we were to wake up at 5:30 to get our kids up and get ready for school. I got like 45 minutes maybe of sleep, but I just couldn't do it. I tried. It's not like my brain was off because I was watching a show. And that's why I like to watch shows that I don't have to think about. I just enjoy them because I don't want something that's going to make my mind keep going. I've tried turning everything off and just laying there, but then if I just lay there, my brain itself is a movie. So I can sit there in bed, bored to death. So I'll just, binge watch 5 series, in a row.
Yeah, my wife's the same way. She just can't fall asleep,
Yeah, I mean,
and then
yeah, but then there's some nights I can. There's some nights I'm like, wow, it's 8 o'clock and I'm tired. I'm going to go to bed. So I can get a few of those nights in, but as soon as it's like my body's like, oh, you've had enough sleep for this monthly quota, it's time for you to stay up for a while. So,
yeah. Now that it's daylight savings time. Everything just changed. It's messing me up. I got out
Arizona.
of lessons. Yeah, I got out of lessons last night. It's already dark by 6, and I'm like, I got 3 more lessons, and I'm like, I'm ready to go to bed. I don't even know. I just like my body knows. It's not even my teaching room. There's no windows in there. So how do I know? It's in there. It's like, oh, it's bedtime. Nope, you got 3 more
Your
students.
internal clock knows. So for me, but I get up early, not by choice, but I get up, my alarm clock goes off at 5. And then, of course, somewhere along the lines in high school, I learned what snooze was. And so I have alarm set at 5 and then at 5:30. So typically I'm up by 5:30. I'm getting the kids up. I go downstairs, unload the dishwasher. I get lunches packed and then I chill, Dylan takes the twins to school and I take Sephora to the middle school. So for me, I would prefer to sleep in a little bit because I know my body's going to stay, even though I get up at 5 or 5:30, it's going to say, "Oh, you probably don't need any sleep, so we'll just keep you up till 2 in the morning." So my average
So
is
you
about midnight.
literally okay? What is your average sleep time per night?
My average sleep time, when I was younger, I used to go on 4 hours. Guaranteed I functioned on 4 hours, and it was like I felt like I'd had a whole night's sleep. But now I try to get into bed by 11. Typically doesn't happen. But if I can get into bed at 11, I feel way better. But there are some nights I'm super exhausted and the melatonin might work, which I don't take melatonin every night. Because I know you're supposed to do that. But I'm also
Yeah, because it seems like you develop a tolerance to it. So I just take it here and there.
But one thing I feel like has started to help me, and I'm not trying to be some kind of herbal podcast, but I did see that you're supposed to increase your magnesium through the day. So I did start doing that. And I think it helps my melatonin a little bit if I take it, but it's not a guarantee for me.
Yeah, it's good for heart. They say it's good for heart health as well. So, yeah, and I take magnesium, and if I take it at night, yes, I do sleep better. You brought up a good point, though. You're like, oh, maybe 4 hours a day was my sleep pattern. There are a lot of intelligent people that don't need much sleep. Really, I think it's your biorhythm and your body. They always said, oh, 8 hours a day, but the average sleep cycle takes about 90 minutes to run. So if that's the case, it'd be,
Yeah.
an hour and a half, 3 hours, 4.5, 6, 7.5, or 9. So I don't really feel like 8 hours is the answer.
Well, I
I
read
like
a
to.
research piece on this. I read a research piece that you're actually supposed to break your sleep up. That's why those Europeans over there that have the middle of the day type thing, like they're I mean, it's not a huge thing, but you're supposed to sleep for so many hours, wake up for maybe an hour or so, and then you're supposed to go back to sleep. I can't remember the exact details, but you're supposed to break your sleep up.
I've read a book on that. It's been so long, I don't even remember who wrote it. Talk about how much more energetic you would feel, how much better you'd feel, how much clearer your mind would be to help everything in your life. And I gotta say, honestly, I do feel better when I know I'll go to, like last night, I laid in bed at 8, was watching Netflix. I was probably asleep by 9, slept at 6:30 this morning, and
Must
I
be
don't feel better. I don't feel better though. I
right.
don't think more sleep really helps me out.
See,
So
if I have to be, so for me as a writer, as an author, I I cannot be sleep deprived when I'm writing because my brain will not function. So with that said, when you get up early, at what point do you feel like you're most productive mentally to write?
listen, for me, if I when I in this pattern, when I start writing the next book, I will wake up, I'll drink some water, I'll start writing, because if I can get started before I'm thinking about the day and the teaching, and I got to do this and got to do that, it's like all the creative ideas flow to me instantly. I don't have to be. If I wake up even tired, it's just like I start to get in that world. Like, hey, I'm going to turn on Netflix and watch a show,
Right.
and that's how I approach it. So to me, it's like it's that spark of creativity happens right then and there. If I wait till later in the day, unless I'm doing a whole day writing a, which I have. If I'm in that situation, then I'm on fire and I'm going. But if I'd wait till the later on the day, I'm not. I don't feel inspired.
And so like I'm like the opposite in that aspect because I feel like I have to have everything done before I can relax and sit down and write. So I
Yeah,
have to make sure I've got the laundry. I'm not one of those people that have to have all the laundry finished, but I want at least a couple loads to where it's not overflowing. So when we just, if people notice, my set's different now because we just recently moved into our new house. And for me, I had like 5 days where I didn't have a washer and dryer. So we had our old house. We were over there, cleaning everything up. And so I'd take laundry to do it over there, but I'd bring it back. So we had a little stint where we're waiting for our washer and dryer, our new one, to get here. And so I had laundry piling up. There's 5 of us in this house. So it's just piling up. And I mean, when your kids try something on and it's automatically dirty, that stuff adds up.
yep.
A lot of times when you're just sitting there and you're like, I just folded this. I know they didn't want this. Do it again. But
Well, I think it boils down to two factors. Then, for one, why I do it in the morning and why I push other people to do it is because procrastination.
mhm.
You got to look at yourself and say, if you do not do this in the morning, will you do it later in the day, or are you going to
Yeah, that's a good
procrastinate at the end of the day and skip it? And you
that's a good
also got to
point.
look at when you're not foggy and you're focused. Since Chris and I are opposite on that, as soon as I wake up, I like to log into my creative mindset right then and there and do it before I even have to think about everything. And it could be because I work with so many singers and I'm constantly listening to songs, cover tunes, originals. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but that's where my creativity goes. It's locked in the song, helping them redesign a melody or rewrite lyrics or something like that. So I feel like I'm just tired. I'm kind of at the end of the day, I'm like, I'm just bored. I don't even want to think about creativity.
Yeah.
But if I can wake up, even if I'm still tired, within 10 minutes or so, I'm wide awake and I'm into the story.
So, and that it kind of reminds me of like something when we were talking about the writer's block thing is maybe for me, my writer's block is when I have things to do. Like I've got a list of things I need to get done before I feel like I can walk around the wall and start writing. Because if I'm writing and I've got things pending to do, I am
It's on
like,
your mind.
yeah, I can't clear. I mean, I can multi-think of things. Like I can have a couple things in my head going. But if I'm wanting to write, I want to just write. I don't want to get into this whole like writing mode and be like, oh, man, I really should go to the store and grab this. Oh, man, I need to go do this. I can't, my brain will be like, hey, you've got things to do. Get that done first. And then you could just like, oh, I could just write. And let everything
I no, I totally get you. I literally like even with Unleash Your Creative Mindset, we have 5 questions you ask yourself every day. I keep a diary. The first question I ask in the morning is, "What will I do today to better myself?" And it really turns into a list.
Mhm.
Okay, it could be, I'm going to dye my hair. I'm going to go to I mean, as silly as
Right.
that is, I got a
Putting that
checklist.
in-
Going to the grocery, then I list everything at the grocery, or I will forget it. If I go to grocery for milk and bread, I will forget milk. It's just the way I'm wired. So I put it off So if I'm writing that day, okay, write fiction for half an hour. Da 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 da. And really, I end up writing for a couple hours when I'm doing
Mhm.
that. But it don't affect me. I look at my checklist, take a shower, go, and I knock a bunch of stuff out before I start teaching voice.
Well, I mean that. I
And
mean,
then,
I commend you for that. I think that's. I wish I could do that where I could get up and be like, okay, I'm just gonna write today, which I've done that. Where I'm like, okay, tomorrow I've got everything done today. I've got all this stuff off my list. Now I can just write. That's
but
why.
you're still doing that. We're flip flopping.
Yeah.
You got your mental checklist, and you're knocking out clothes
Yep.
and doing this and doing that. That
And
just
then I
serves
can
you
relax.
because you are not a procrastinator. That's my concern. Now, a lot of people are like, I don't have time to write and this and that. I'm too tired at night. Get your arse up in the morning and write.
I don't ever feel like I'm technically a procrastinator when it comes to I get stuff done when it's supposed to be done. But some things I do better under pressure, like on a timeline. Like, oh, it's not due till tomorrow. I'll get like when writing a paper. When I am in a college class, I cannot write fiction. I can't do it. It's so weird. So when I'm writing, it's like my brain has a switch. So I will take the daytime. I will get all my reading done. I will get all of the lectures done. Anything that is aside from the writing assignment, I will get it finished, or the quiz, whatever's the last most weighted grade thing. And then I will spend the last day before it's due finalizing it and finishing it. And I will be up till 11, 12 at night. Well, not 12 because it's due by midnight, but I will make sure it's all good, because I feel like in my mind, if I submit something, I don't know, if I submit something like, oh, I should have done that, which you can resubmit, but I want to do it like it's done and it's off my plate.
But that's writing prioritization. So,
But
I
I
can,
can't fit fiction in there. I can't fit any fiction in there when I'm doing that. Like, so if I'm in class, I stop writing fiction.
yeah, and I see it. I can see it, especially because you're a great writer and you're wanting to do the best you can in that class and you're staying focused. You're probably doing a lot of research on that subject. So I totally understand.
Yeah, so I feel like my brain is like real, real, real. I can't do fake, fake, fake.
Yep.
I might start faking my college papers. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, so like, wait, this isn't how it happened. Abraham Lincoln wasn't abducted by aliens. What are you talking about?
Wait, is that a conspiracy theory?
Oh no, I just made it up. It is now.
It is now.
Yes, we're going to spread it. We're going to do an experiment, see how quick it'll spread.
Yeah, there's some crazy conspiracy theories out there that I'm just like, I can't go down this rabbit hole.
I know. I got to stay away from YouTube. It gets crazy. So.
All right. So, I mean, this is a pretty cut and dry subject. It's not necessarily we're trying to fight about it. There's no debate. We just want to know, you as writers or just listeners in general, are you the type person who is most productive with your writing or whatever you're trying to get done, whether you're a late night person or whether you're an early person? Where is your productive time? Are you a get up early like Jamie, or are you a stay up late like me type person? That's kind of where we were going with this. So as writers, don't feel like just because you might stay up late, you can't get anything done. If you get up early and you have to do all these things, do what Jamie does. Like if you have to be to work at 6, get up 30 minutes early, put a paragraph in, if you're like me, play a video game and then put a paragraph in.
And that's, that's fine. But it's like, and if you're one in the middle, you're like, well, I stay up late like Carissa, but then I'm not creative. Or I'm creative in the morning, but I'm too tired to get up. If you're like half and half, you're split. You're like, I don't know what to do. Then right in the middle of the day, we don't care. Just write. Quit making excuses.
Always right.
If you want to write, always write. Whether you're writing a song, whether you're writing a term paper, whether you're writing fiction or nonfiction novel, you don't find the time. You make the time to write. If this is something you love to do, you'll make the time. You don't look for it. It is there at your choosing.
Yeah. So, and it's been a while. When's the last time you put a book out? Like Shifters?
January, maybe. Shifters 2.
Yeah, Shifters 2.
Came out. Yeah, and then right before... No, maybe it was Order 5-3. They both came out pretty close together.
Yeah.
So I can't remember.
That was January.
I think. I can't remember.
Almost January again.
I know.
By the time this episode comes out, it might be January.
I know. Then I'm like, I can't decide. I almost want to finish Age of the Sigil because then that whole series will be done. I
And then you
can't
put it
decide.
together
I
in
can't.
one big book.
I know that would be huge. You know what? You just helped me decide. I'm
You're
finishing
welcome.
Age of the Sigil first,
Yes, because we've already
and then
discussed
I'll.
what that cover is going to look like. Just get that one done. We've
Yeah,
got the.
cover's already done. Yeah, well, all the covers are done. So it's just me procrastinating. So
Mm-hmm.
because I'm always sleeping into 6:30. There's 90 minutes I could be writing. So
Well,
notes,
technically,
notes.
your 6:30 is my 5:30.
That's true. So I'm
Central
ahead of
Time.
the game. I'm only 30
Yeah,
minutes behind. What am I
yeah.
thinking?
What do you
All
think?
right. All right.
Alrighty. So this was a quick one, but it's still fun because it's always nice to have a slight debate or slight topic of difference when it comes to myself and Jamie. But we'll put this out there. And it's not a team Jamie, team Carissa. It's are you a late nighter or are you an early bird? So we're going to put that little thing out there on Spotify. Um, Actually, I'm going to release this one early because if I put that on Spotify, we'll have to do that sooner so our reader or our listeners can get in there and get on the debate. Um, so with that said, I'm going to put that on Spotify. I'll probably release this one next week. So that way our people
Well,
can tell us what they think.
then I am really going to have to push this to my music group because I want to know how these
Oh yeah, 'cause
songwriters are going
last
about
time
it.
I won, which, like
You
I
might
said,
win this time because if I'm thinking of musicians, they all like, man, I stay up to 3 o'clock in the morning writing these new
yeah,
songs. So like,
my people.
yes, yes.
All right. So, but the key here is we want you to always write. We want you to always stay on point, whether you're up later in the morning. We want you to keep doing what you want to do with your writing, which is just write it, get it out there, whatever it takes. Just keep it going. Morning, night. We just want you to do it.
You
But
should always be writing.
always be writing and always be listening to the Always Write podcast.
Absolutely.
All right. So follow us on our socials. We have Facebook, Always Right Podcast. We have Instagram. We have TikTok now. We are on YouTube, and they're all of them say Always Right Podcast. So make sure you're putting that in there, space with the words. And we also are on the X, formerly known as Twitter. We're on Threads. So you can find us on pretty much any social media. Just make sure you get out there, follow, see our stuff, like it, share it, whatever you want to do. We really appreciate that. Also, if you would like to add comments or if you'd like to email us and you have questions that pertain to our episodes or your writing, we would be more than happy to reach back out. And that is alwayswritepodcast@gmail.com. And we hope that we can hear from you soon. And
Yep.
yeah. You
For
want to sign us?
sure.
You want to sign us off, Jamie?
Yeah, so listen, we hope that you are enjoying this. We want to see what you're writing. So we hope we inspire you. And again, this is the Always Right podcast with your host, Jamie Vendera, and
Carissa DeLay.
we'll see you
Thank you
next
for listening
podcast.
next time. Yes.